Welcome back to another week of GasCanCo on YouTube, guys. For this week's story, we have a Miss Stephanie Slaughter bringing in her 2016 Charger Scat Pack. This one's going to be a real treat, and we hope you guys enjoy. She's a wonderful lady. We hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you again for tuning in. Cue the intro. Welcome back, guys. Christian here with GasCan. We have Miss Stephanie with us today with her gorgeous Charger. So let's hear a little bit about yourself and tell the people who you are.
I'm Stefhanie Slaughter, and I'm going to be 41, y'all. I'm old. I'm from South Charleston, West Virginia, and this is my girl, Ursula.
What year is it?
She is a 2016 Charger Scat Pack. So a lot of people, don't believe that it's not a Hellcat, but she is a Scat Pack. She's a 392.
Started that way anyway.
Started life as a Scat Pack, yes.
I got you. So what have you done to it?
What haven't we done to it is a better question.
Fair enough.
So, like I said, she started as a 392. We went with a Whipple. We started off with a Gen 2 2.9 Whipple. And that lasted almost 3 years. We ran it, and the bearings were ready to be upgraded. So we went with a Gen 4 now. We have a Gen 4 2.9, getting ready to go up to the 3.0 soon. But right now, she is still living life with a 2.9.
I got you. And did you buy this car new?
She was brand new.
Yep. So how long did it take you before you started tinkering?
Well,
first day, pretty much?
Well, when we first got it, I had already started making plans. I kind of surprised my husband with the purchase, actually. We both worked at a dealership, and I left work, and we get this in, and he sends me a picture of it, and he said, "Who would want a purple car?" So I'm like, "Oh my God, me!" And I turn around and come back to work and take it out for a drive, and I just knew right then I fell in love with her.
Right.
We had a Hellcat on order, and we canceled because it was taking so long. And December 31st, she'll be 5 years old, and I just called. They parked it in front of my office. So it sat there for 3 days, and I watched all these kids get on it, and it wore me out. So I went ahead. Oh my gosh, it was killing me. It was killing me. So I called in one of the salesmen, and I was like, "Let's do this." I called Jeremy. I'm like, "I need you to come up here and sign something." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Just get up here." So he comes in, and I'm like, "This is what we're signing. I'm getting the car." So we got it, and I already knew I wanted to make it my race car. It was everything that I was looking for, and from day one, we were.
So you had the plans before the signature.
Yes, absolutely.
So how long did it take you to start ordering and modding?
It was almost a year.
A whole year of warranty.
A whole year. I still, we put nitrous on it. We had a 150 shot on it before we went with the supercharger. So we were playing around with it, and doing a little racing here and there, but it wasn't anything that I wanted. I wanted to go faster.
Right, it wasn't serious enough.
No, it was just a test to see if it was worth it.
I got you.
So
from there, did you go like the headers and stuff like that, or did you just full on, here's the Whipple, let's see what it can do?
We went, first thing that we did is we put the Whipple on it. And Jeremy, my husband, he did all the work on it, him and a couple of his friends, but for the most part, Jeremy built the car. They put the supercharger on. We still have factory pistons and rods. Funny story is we had the pulley on it. We thought we had the smaller pulley for like 6 pounds.
Right.
Well, we had about 10, 12 pounds. Jeremy starts the car and takes it out. Him and the guys that were helping him before I got there. I get a phone call. I blew the car up. I said, what? I was like, that's funny. I'll be there in a minute. I had to go pick up our son, Preston.
Right.
He's like, Steph, seriously, I blew the car. So I'm like, okay, Jeremy, that's funny. He's like, no, I swear to God. I'm like, you what? I was supposed to be the one to start it, you know? Right. So we get down to the shop, and sure enough, they took it about a quarter mile and did a little pull on it just to kind of see what it did, and it bent the rod. So at that point, that started the build. We went drop-in pistons from MMX. At that point, we got Cook's long tube headers. Everything that we needed at that point, just basically to get it back up and running.
Right. So what happened when it blew up? Like, was it just the bent rod?
Just a bent rod. Thank God he was the one driving, because he heard the knock. It started knocking, and he shut it off immediately, and he saved it. So we just bent the rod. I have
kind of saved it.
Yeah, he kind of saved the rod, but that started the actual build on it, though.
And how long did it take you to finish the first phase of the build then? Like, after you put the pistons and rods and all that fun stuff in it?
From that point, we just kind of just started building. It took about 2 years to get it to where I was kind of satisfied with it. You know, I always wanted to go faster. Who doesn't? You know, exactly. But about 2 years in is when we finally had the cam. We have a Demon Plus cam from OST on it, and at that point, we were still just the 6 rib, and we took it to the dyno, and we were right at 869 horsepower on it.
And this was still a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It was about a year ago. So then from that point, we upgraded and went to 8 rib drive, so we can get them better boost. And
so how many pounds is it sitting at right now?
Right now, about 22. 22?
Mm-hmm. And you said it's making how much?
Right at 1,100 horsepower to the wheels.
It's no small number, that's for sure. What's your best track time?
In the 8th, I'm right at a 6.162.
Have you taken it to the quarter anywhere?
Yes. In the quarter, the last we just switched. Like I said, we just switched over to the Gen 4 Whipple. We went to Rockingham. I've only got to make 2 pulls thanks to this wonderful weather. We got it in the 9.5 range. I was losing boost at the top. We didn't have a grip tech pulley. I was belt slip. Right. So it's an easy 9.2, 9.3 car, easily. So we had planned to go to Clay City and do that in November. We were going to do the last day, the last race, and it got rained out. So we're ending the year on a 9.5.
Still, yeah, I was going to say, this is a full weight car. Like, you got the full interior, full everything, right?
Absolutely.
Does it have a cage?
No.
No? Well, when do you have to have a cage? Like,
now.
Now? So you got one pass and then you're like, hey, you got to go till you put a cage in?
Well, technically anything at like 999, 10.0, you need a cage. So I've needed a cage for a while, but that was supposed to be our plan. We were going to send it down to Florida to get a cage in it, and I'd like to put a parachute on it. You know,
the parachute's just for fun.
We're getting close. We're at 147 mile an hour in the quarter, so.
Yeah, and you have the nice small wheels up front.
Yes.
And the fact that you said it weighed
4709.
4709. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can see parachute actually helping something like this. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
When you get the cage done, are you going to do anything to the interior, or leave it mostly stock?
Leave it
stock.
Try
to tuck it up in there and make it look.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to keep it stock. To me, that's kind of the good thing about this car. You know, yeah, it could go faster, and if I gutted it like the rest of them, I would
drive it down the street.
Right, we drove it to Atlanta the way that it is, and my son can ride in the back. Well, I could, but
different rear tires, it doesn't count.
Yeah, you don't want to hit some wet spots with those, but you know, have them in the back in case you need to pull over and get into a little race or something.
I got you. So what's one of my favorite questions to ask people? What's one of your favorite memories with this car? It could be like a win, it could be something goofy like you were out in a parking lot, or like when you think of this car, there's like that one memory you share with, say, somebody you've never met. Like, what is that memory?
Oh gosh, I have a lot of them. That's kind of a hard question.
You can give us 2 or 3.
Of course, when we go to the racetrack, of course you want to win, but when we go, I have in my head where I want to be. if I win with that, I win. If I don't, I don't care. But if I hit my goal, and what sticks out to me is the first time we hit the 9.5, because my husband and I, that was where I wanted this car, so I could say, hey, I have a 9.5 mommy mobile, you know. So that was one of the things that I like, is that I can say that I have a 9-second car. And then just everyone calls me John Force Jr. She does an amazing burnout. So
I can believe it.
And that's when I think of my car and racing and stuff, I think of my burnouts because they're huge.
Well, we might get to show you guys that in a little bit, so just stay tuned for that. As far as future plans, so what's next for this car? Do you want to push it further?
Yes, obviously, yes.
Yes.
Like I said, I would like to kind of go up with our Whipple and do the 3.0. It's getting ready to launch. Come out with that, and maybe put a scramble buttons. You never know. You get those fast cars out there. You gotta surprise,
Right.
to them. But
How much more do you expect out of the bigger Whipple?
when I was talking with Mike, he said, and he's at Whipple, he's my go-to guy. Anywhere from 50 to 100 extra horsepower they're picking up, if not more, depending on your tune. Yeah, so it's all about your tune.
Yeah, especially when you're in 4 digits like that. That's when it really
Yes.
comes down to the computer.
Yes, and we are very fortunate to have an awesome tuner, Travis Rainey. He's now with Dusterhoff. He had TBR tuning. He's the only one that has touched my car, and trans tune, engine tune. He's a genius.
I'm definitely glad to hear that, and glad to see you want to keep pushing it, even though you're already like 4 digits on the horsepower rating. It's like, I can have more.
I want to be in the 8s. My next goal in mind is at least an 899, just so I can say I'm in the 8s.
Hopefully you'll have kids by then.
Yes.
Fair enough. Do you have anything you're working on right now? Like, you got your hashtag Boost and Boobs.
Yes.
So that's your team page? Is it a brand? Like, what would you call it?
I'm getting ready to make this trademarked, so that way it will belong to me. I think everyone around here knows, from Kentucky, Ohio, and even out of state, as I do racing and a couple of different things, they know Boost and Boobs and they know me.
Right.
The crazy hair blonde chick that drives the purple car, so on Instagram, I'm Boost and Boobs 392. You can follow me on there. And then, we're trying to also build in Chandler Auto Performance. That's my husband's shop.
I got you. And you guys are out of South Charleston, right?
Yes.
So is that already open? Is it in the midst of opening?
The shop is open. They do anything from regular maintenance on vehicles to performance. I mean, they're building some amazing cars now.
Especially like a little Dakota truck, for example?
Yes. We're not, he still thinks
Wait,
he's
is that
gonna
like
be this.
under wraps, or is that?
No, it's out there.
Just
it's
double
out
check
there.
it. Just double check it.
The husband and son, that's their winter project, and that's all right. I'm going to see him on the track next year, and I'm going to show him that big old purple girl's going to beat him.
Now, that's a good goal, though. That makes it fun, too, because it's something you guys can do together, and at the
Yes.
same time, there's competition that will never die. Like,
Right.
no matter what.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
But anything else you want to let the people know about today?
I guess, like I said, just follow us. Follow me on Instagram, Boost and Boobs 392. I post a lot about the car, and then, just the family stuff too, but mainly it is my Mopar.
All right, and check out his shop.
And absolutely, he is Chandler Auto Performance. I have a Facebook page for that now. I'm working on the website. Other than that, just stay tuned to Boost and Boobs 392.
All right, guys. Well, we definitely appreciate you for tuning in. Again, my name is Christian. We got Miss Stefhanie with us, and now let's see if we can talk her into doing something fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.